Hello, welcome to Canada, specifically the track for the Canadian Grand Prix in F1. I'm trying something new with this video, which is that I'm recording my microphone while I'm recording the gameplay as well. So the idea is that I'll just scout out the track for the upcoming Grand Prix weekend a bit, familiarize myself with the difficult turns, the overtaking opportunities and so on. But yeah, I want to try commenting live instead of doing a voiceover afterwards. So this is what's happening. I hope you like it. So as I mentioned, it's the Canadian Grand Prix. I am currently driving in the game Formula 1 23. It's the latest Formula 1 game I have. So it's not fully, or it's not really relevant for the regulations when it comes to the cars, but the track is the same, so that's what matters to me. But yeah, I'll be deploying DRS and ERS, so those things of course are no longer relevant today. Then about the track itself, so now I've just started, or was about to start the third sector of the lap. Which in large part consists of two straights, and then they are separated by a chicane, and the sector is started with the hairpin. But let me just finish the lap, and then we'll get started from sector 1 properly. So here we go. This is the start-finish straight. It's a pretty short run to the first turn from the start line. And this first turn is pretty sharp, and immediately followed by turn 2, which is even sharper. I think it is possible to maybe drive around someone, or try to dive to the inside into turn 2 for overtakes, but definitely not easy. And then the rest of the sector is this very twisty section, so I think it would be highly unlikely that we see overtakes, at least not many there. Then sector 2 just started with a big chicane, and there is this flat out piece of road with some turns in it, another big chicane, another flat out piece of road with some turns in it, and then we come to the hairpin that I already mentioned, where sector 3 starts. So here we go, onto a straight, more or less. There is this kink here, but it's very irrelevant as it comes to F1 cars, since it's a very obvious flat-out turn. The chicane is where Lando Norris crashed into Piastri. I believe it was last year. If not, then it was the year before. And then on exit of the chicane, there's this wall right next to the track, right on the edge of the track, which is nicknamed the Wall of Champions because a lot of past champions have run into that wall and either seriously hampered their race or took race finishing damage there. So, little fun fact if you didn't already know. I'll still complete this lap, but then I'll move on to the next part of the video, which will be a very short Grand Prix versus AI, just to take a bit better look at possible overtakes. I can already maybe mention that this hairpin right here is a great opportunity for overtaking, probably the best on the track. I guess it's both possible on braking, but especially I believe on under traction on the exit. If you get a good launch, it's possible to do overtakes here. So this is the Wall of Champions on the right, and it's basically a two-parter when you exit the second part of the chicane. It's first a little black wall, and there's a small kind of gap, and then it's the yellow wall. And the yellow wall comes out a little, which makes it particularly tricky or particularly easy to run into. Welcome to the Canadian Grand Prix. I set the session length to short because previously I had it at very short, and that apparently meant 5 laps. It doesn't say so, I had to find out while playing. I felt that was too short. Do I have damage? No, it doesn't seem like it. So I felt that that was too short, so now I changed the session length to just short instead of very short. And again, it doesn't say what that means, so I guess I'll find out how many laps we'll be doing towards the end of this thing. I'm quite far to the front of the grid, so it would be very neat if I can win the race, but I don't know if I'm good enough for that. And if I'm not gonna invest the time to become good enough. I'll just try to get a clean-ish session to put on YouTube and give you an idea of what's happening here. Let's try and dive this guy. Gonna short shift a bit so I don't spin out here under traction. Also gonna use some of my stored energy because I think it was at 100 or close to it. And let's see, maybe I can get this guy too. The AI brakes there super early into the chicane. So, good enough opportunity to make the move. The chicane is definitely a place where moves can be made. Maybe I already said it during the hotlapping, but so Norris tried at least on Piastri there and crashed into him.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
Yes, I shall. I think we're P4, yeah, it's also on my steering wheel, so pretty neat. I didn't shift low enough, so my getaway out of the corner there was quite slow. Short shifting can be a very valid thing to do to avoid stuff like this. Let me use the flashback system here. So try to get a nice straight section. The flashback allows me to jump back in a previous point. It's a little finicky because if you try it in a corner, it's super hard to get the steering angle right, and it's very easy to then just lose the car and crash it. Anyway, that's another one. Thank you. I don't think I'll attempt another one here. We'll just brake a little early so that we don't get surprised by their braking too much. Same thing here, because I don't fancy an overtaking to turn 1. Maybe here I can go around them. No, it's not gonna work out. Definitely not trying it here. Just trying to stick with them enough that I can. I think maybe on the next fast section I'll try to go for it. So. Oi, that ended. Okay, so yeah, I want to use the replay function, but if you crash hard enough, the game's like, no, I'm not gonna let you choose to do so. I'm gonna force it on. Can I go back? Let's see. Oop. Okay, I'm just gonna not force it here because coming out of the flashback, it's very sketchy to immediately try to put the pedal to the floor. What are you doing? I don't think I took that damage from that, so carrying on. See if they let me. Oh, okay, I'll do a flashback there as well, because that was very messy. Okay, this will do. The curb on the inside of that turn 1 is very forgiving, so that's nice. So I still have a lot of overtake available.
seconds.
Let's try and catch this Mercedes. Deploying some stored energy, and I'll try maybe here under braking. And that did it. So now we're running scot-free. I still get DRS, interesting. The detection point must have been right before my overtake, I guess. Dodging wall of champions. Why am I still getting DRS? What the hell? Oh, no point in looking it up, because DRS is gone. By the time this point in the video or the gameplay, I'm actually starting to feel like maybe I could try it without the racing line. But we're so late into the thing that I'm not gonna try it now. I definitely would still crash a bunch because of it, so... yeah. It's a simcade instead of an actual proper sim. It feels very arcadey, and it's missing a lot of more realistic simulations. So that's why I don't care as much about it, and I just use it to learn the tracks. Oh, checkered flag. What do you know? So yeah, that's it. That's the Canadian Grand Prix. Hope you got something out of this. And I hope it works out with recording gameplay and microphone at the same time. I guess we shall find out. But in any case, thank you for watching and goodbye.
That's it for another magnificent